Welcome to the Glion Minute Buzz. Today, in our Minute Buzz, we are going to talk about Nestle Water, a Swiss company based in Vevey. Nestle Water has been founded in 1992, 24 years ago, and count today 53 bottle brands and sells their product in over 130 countries across the globe. Indeed, Nestle faced a lot of challenge and issue concerning their CSR and their sustainability strategy. Today we're going to receive Mr. Murat, who's going to come and answer some of our questions. Hi, Mrs. Anver,
Hey.
and thank you very much for leaving us a little bit of your time.
Hey, you're welcome.
Answering some of our questions. So today we are here for talk about your company, Nestle Water. Your company has been exposed to some problems, ethical problem and issue concerning your CSR and your sustainability. So the first question I would like to ask you, sir, is how can you define CSR, corporate social responsibility and sustainability, and how do you apply it to your company?
So everybody should understand that every company, most of the companies and most of the corporations, what they aim for when they create a product, it's for that product to have a long life cycle. How do you do that? You conceive that product in a way, or you conceive the way that you can get the raw material of that product in a sustainable way. And that's basically the difference between CSR and sustainability, because CSR, it's more limited to the present time. So what you do, you basically do
to the society,
exactly, or in a social way, or in a sustainable way. But the sustainability part is more in the, let's say, long term, for future generations. If you aim at
how you, Nestle Water, do you manage for the today's social problems, where you go and pump the water?
Today we live in a world that is capitalism, mainly capitalism, let's say, dominated, and how it goes, it's basically big corporations are going to have a lot of power on certain products, but it's in their responsibility. It's Nestle's and our company's responsibility to take care, basically, both of the public, to who sell our products to, and our shareholders, without which we couldn't exist, basically, and what we do.
I understand. Thank you. Okay, so the second question, Mr. Harver, it is, what do you think if big corporations such as Nestle Water serve more the shareholder interest than the environment concern? Meaning that they take care more about what's happening right now for the business than the environment concern and the sustainability for the future generations.
So yeah, a lot of corporations have been accused of that, but I don't think it's necessarily true, because first of all, we have a duty towards our shareholders to basically
and the shareholders decide if you work as a director.
Basically, they will determine, in a certain extent, the strategies we must have during business for a business plan we might develop, or in our business model. So of course we're influenced in a way, but as I said before, without the shareholders we can't exist. So what Nestle does, though, we nourish millions of mouths throughout the world. We provide drinkable, safe water for millions and millions of people around the world, and for cheaper costs. For example, when we go to a country, for example, that is underdeveloped, we'll introduce maybe a new brand of ours, for example, Nestle Vita. This will provide a cheaper solution to get clean water. Of course, it's going to be still buying the product, but it's going to be much cheaper than having a product that is undrinkable, basically. So our economy and our strategy does take in consideration the CSR program that companies must ethically have.
So, a last point I wanted to discuss with you, Mr. Amber, is, and a more personal point, is do you think, as a person, that the water should be a human right or should be controlled and in the private domain?
So I think water is already privatized to a certain extent, and that it is important to keep in mind that if you had no regulation on water, no government regulation on water, you would have piracy, water piracy. You would have water black marketing. You would have an increase in the amount of decrease in the amount of water you will be able to find, and that will basically would make it much more expensive, because if it's industrialized and controlled, government will tell you to how much you can sell maximum water, and will be accessible to much more people. For example, Nestle.
Well, for this point, I saw and I know, and it's known that Nestle has a right to pump water for 99 years in the Michigan for an amount of approximately $70,000 only for 99 years.
I'm not exactly sure about the numbers you're telling, but yes, we do have access to water in Michigan. It's a contract that we did with the water department of Michigan. They issued the license, so we are now rights to basically get that water.
On the
And
paper.
we're basic, but you don't know that our company's aim is to have a sustainable use of that water. So we're not going to use it, overuse it, or we're going to keep in mind that it has to be a sustainable good in the future, that our future generations will be also able to use and drink. So
Right.
yes,
Thank you very much, Mr. Amber.
you're welcome.
It was a pleasure.
It was a pleasure too.
Bye bye.